Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the second of 10 videos I'm making for you all about the Marchman Act, and in this video I'm going to talk about whether or not you can force your loved one into treatment. And that's a question we get a lot. Can I force them in? Should I force them in? I don't want to force them in. So let's back up just a teeny tiny bit, because I don't want you to think about this as forcing anybody to do anything. Nobody likes to be forced to do anything. I don't like to be forced. I'm sure that you don't like to be forced. So let's take a step back for a second. Now, we have spoken to thousands of families over the years. I mean, it's probably at this point, I would say it's over 10,000 families over the last couple of years. And we filed hundreds of these cases all over the state of Florida. And, you know, my wife and I are both licensed in Massachusetts, and we've worked on some cases up there. In fact, my wife, before she became my wife, worked for about a dozen years up in Massachusetts filing these kinds of cases. So over the years, we've learned some things about dealing with families who have a loved one that has a behavioral health issue. And one of the common themes, if there is a common theme, is that you're dealing with an individual who is in complete denial about their situation, right? There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly okay. Meanwhile, their life is in chaos. In fact, my family, they all need to go and see a psychiatrist. They're all nuts. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, so I flunked out of school, or I can't hold down a job. I'm sleeping all day. I'm up all night. I'm hanging out with loser people. I never used to hang out with this, and I don't like hanging out with my family anymore anyway. And yeah, I know there's a few drugs in the house, and I like to use, you know, every once in a while. I mean, you get the picture. You get what I'm dealing with. Here's the deal. Okay, the reason your loved one either can't go to treatment, won't go to treatment, won't stay in treatment, won't take their medications, any of that stuff, is because their disease is running the show, okay? And when you can appreciate the fact that they are not running the show, their diseases, then you can understand why they cannot make the decision to save themselves. And so if they can't make the decision to save themselves, who's going to make it? Well, I mean, at some point, maybe the state will step in through either the criminal justice system, because people with behavioral health issues tend to get arrested, or maybe through the mental health system, the Baker Act. Now, I can tell you, I spent many years in the criminal justice system as both a prosecutor and a defense lawyer. I've also, at this point, handled close to about 1,000 Baker Act cases. Those are just ones that we actually ended up filing. You know, it's way more people that have called us about Baker Act situations. And I can tell you, the state does a lousy job here in Florida taking care of people. People don't typically get better in prison, jail, or in a mental health facility. They just don't. And so if that's the situation, we know the state does a lousy job, then the question is somebody else willing to step up and save this person? That typically involves the family. And that's where tools, legal tools like the Marchman Act come about, right? They give you the authority. They empower the family to make the decision your loved one cannot make. So we're not talking about forcing somebody here. We're talking about making the decision they cannot make. And when you think about it that way, and I want you to think about it that way, then you come from a place of love. Okay, not anger or being mad at them for being sick, because it is a disease and they are sick. Come from a place of love. Let's make the decision they cannot make so that we can save them. Okay, that's where we can help you. And that's where the Marchman Act is a really, really wonderful and powerful tool. So please think about it that way. Now, in the description for this video is a link to our brand new book all about the Marchman Act. It's 9 chapters. There's written content. There's video content. And it's free. You click on the link, you give us your name, your email address, and we will send it to you. So please download it. We made it for you. Additionally, if there's an issue going on in your family, and I've not made a video about that issue, and there's about 1,200 sitting on YouTube, but, you know, listen, new issues come up all the time, and I want you to have the information. Post in the comments. I'll make you a video all about what you're dealing with. And sometimes I might make multiple videos about the same issue because, well, maybe you're coming onto the channel for the first time. So I'm happy to make repeat videos about the same issue, especially when it comes to your family. Additionally, if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. Really helps with the Google algorithm. It means we get this content in front of more people, which is the key here, right? And if you if you want more of this content I make every day, please subscribe to the channel. With that said, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.